Welcome back to Class Strikers. We're here a little early today, but I am here with.
Hello, I'm Wayward Soul. I've been in here a couple of times. Wonderful to be back as always.
Hey, we have good fun here. All right, we have fun. Um,
We
anyway, so because we're here a little early, we got a little bit of extra time to yap. So you got any early thoughts to go ahead and put on the table before we look at map picks, whatever we need.
say I do. First reminder to everyone to get those predictions in. We're currently
Grandpa.
85% NCSU over St. Clair. Interesting, because the records would indicate that that would be otherwise. But people do love a
Hey,
good underdog
I
story.
mean, I love a good underdog story for one, but you never know, right? These NCSU, I've seen these NCSU players play, and even against some really strong teams that I've watched them keep it really, really close, even if they lose, right? They
Yeah,
keep these games really close. They're very entertaining every time.
yes, the NC State team, the NC State Wolfpack, they have had. Uh, you may look at their record and think, "Oh, they're like a mid-tier team." That is not the case. It's a roster full of talent. Uh, they have been in every game they've played. They've made it interesting, and it's been really fun to watch them grow as from week one to now.
Absolutely, and I mean, the last game that I saw from them, they were playing against the UCF Rods, and the Rods were, I think, 4-1 when they played, and they kept that. Even though they lost that one, they kept that one really darn close, and it was a fun watch. And
Yes.
I mean, those games. I think that was the longest CCL set this season, if I'm not mistaken. At least at the time it was. I don't know if there's a longer one now, but it was an hour and a half.
Oh, yes, that
And
was
I was here for an hour and a half, and it was awesome. And I loved every
yes.
second of it.
I remember watching that live. That was an intense game. Was that week one or was that the
No,
four?
that was. I think that was week five I think it was six.
Yes,
I think it
because
was week six.
if I'm not mistaken, last I checked, they had at least two of the top 10 longest games season so far, as of like 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been killing it.
Yeah.
Even in games that it seems a little rough, they have a good time. They do well, and I think that that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see just another very fun game, at least.
Yes, I would agree. Of course, it's always going to be interesting to see the character bands come in. Um, I know. Generally, what happens is Drakkar gets banned from Wumper Nugget because he is
Yeah.
very good on that character. Some of the goals he's pulled out with that has been insane. In the membrane, as the kids would say.
Absolutely. And I mean, speaking of bands, I mean, the perfect time to go ahead and look at these maps, why don't we?
Might as well.
So, yeah, I mean, this first map, I mean, we're seeing a little return of form after the little chaos that we had, before us, that Aten City map 1. I mean, Aten City map 1 versus Aten City band 1, I mean, that's a little more return to form, but
Yes.
seeing
Um,
the Atlas Lab,
love seeing the Demon Deus ban.
uh,
Um,
I
I
like that
think
map.
I don't. As a
That's fair.
goalie,
That's
just it
fair.
gets too chaotic too quick.
Absolutely. I
Um,
mean, I used to hate that map, but
yeah,
now I just walk all the way forward, and I'm just a third forward on that map at
yeah.
this point.
It's honestly probably just a skill issue on my end, if we're
I
being
mean,
honest.
all good. We all have skill issues. I have skill issues. You have skill issues. We all have skill issues. It's okay. None of us are perfect at this game.
No.
We all have skill issues. But uh map 2 night market also very interesting. Especially
Yep.
if we don't see that Drakkar ban. That Drakkar having that extra speed from the speed gate might be very, very scary. And
That most certainly could be very scary.
and
For
then if we go to map 3 like we did last time I saw NCSU here, we are going to see whether they decide to ban the Julie or the Drek, either way, you are in just like a lose-lose situation where you kind of have to take that Julie and the Drek away because they both are very good at taking KOs on that map.
Yes. I will say that does I did some digging here earlier today on some character pick rates. And it should be mentioned that if we do go to a game 3 on Amy's app, that Shiro does have Erasmus deep down in that roster and may pull that out.
You never know, really. I mean, you're probably gonna see the Erasmus ban come out just for the respect of it.
Yes.
But Arch, very nasty Juliet, that might also get banned away. It really depends on who they decide to go after. SCC decides to go after here, and I mean, SCC very strong, still a very strong team. It's going to be very interesting to see who NCSU goes after, as well,
Yes.
especially on this AtLab, their SCC's map pick.
Yes. Either way, I think no matter how you slice it, how you dice it, we are going to be in for a good one.
Absolutely. I mean, speaking of slice and dice, maybe we'll see a Zen ban or some funny things happen. I mean, you never know. You really never know, right? It really does come down to who they want to go after, whether they want to go after this brawler pick or they want to go after this. They want to go after the midfield or the goalie. It really does depend on who they fear most. And I think that's what it's going to come down to is what do they think the problem character is going to be?
Okay. I do believe we're getting the signal that the teams are ready to go, so I think we're on the cusp of getting this one started.
Yeah, I mean, hey, quicker we get into this match, quicker we get to see some cinema, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's get this rolling. To Atlas Lab we go. Back to the lab again.
Do you think Atlas's parents know about the lab, or is it like a Dexter's Laboratory situation?
I think the lab was built. I think the lab was built after the parents went to space. That's why there's a black hole, a massive black hole in the middle.
Oh, that's fair. Commonly referred to as Dave by the community.
It's Dave. Hey,
Dave.
I'll believe that.
We are gonna have a Catalyst and Rampage as our awakenings tonight.
Those are some vile awakenings on this map. Catalyst, always good to have some energy. Looks like a Juno ban is coming out from NCSU here, and it's really gonna. I mean, Catalyst, and there's the Drek.
Yep. There's the Drek ban, showing some respect to Wumper on that pick, and then NC State showing respect to Shiro on that Juno ban as well.
Absolutely, but also, I was yapping about Catalyst. We're also Rampage as well. You get so many barriers, just double barriers on this map. The goalie slips up one time, you get 1-2 stacks, and there's 15% size. It really does come down to what they decide to do. There's definitely a lot of options here.
Pretty safe pick on the goalie from Lextric. That's kind of one I figured we'd see.
There's some pretty safe picks. I will say last time when we saw the really long games were coming from that Atlas able to hold it down for 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
The Vice definitely much more forward pressure here, and I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see NCSU trying to play this more forward game.
Ooh, NCSU steals an early barrier.
Absolutely. Very nice early barrier there from the hook strike into that dribble. Trying to go for the double. Doesn't quite get it, but a good power chord gets it back out. And there's the second one going down. Unfortunately, Vice just not having the tools needed to dig it out of that corner against an Asher.
Yeah.
That's what we see.
Asher is the epitome of there's nothing you can do, I'm here.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Pray for your life and maybe you'll get it, but we see that black hole immediately coming into effect here. I mean, look at that damage.
Yes.
Arch is pretty much staggered here, gonna die if he doesn't do anything. Very nice orb grab and a very nice evade from that jump up. unfortunately, just too much happening all at once, and this SEC team is definitely showing why they got they placed so well last season.
Yes. Say Dave can be your biggest ally or your biggest hater.
Yeah, definitely their biggest ally here. I mean, for SEC, right? Putting both members of NCSU's forward duo into that danger zone here, especially with that high power Asher. She has so much power for fun. She's muscular.
The power is over 9,000.
Actually, it's just over 100, but you know.
Wow.
Potato,
For
potato,
the meme, right?
You know what? Potato, potato. You know, the same thing, right? 120 is pretty dang high. And you see the second barrier go down, and there's your first set. I mean, SEC locking it in, showing, hey, we want to get to this play. We don't want no plays, all right? We want this. We want this now. We want to secure it, not have to worry about plans, chill until playoffs. You know.
Yep. I was say, unfortunately, in that time between, you could always get rusty and be a first round dropout.
Absolutely, and it really does. I mean, you never know. You could also get rusty in the game that you're playing right now. You could
That is true.
Spontaneously, like, one awakening can kind of change the course of this game, and I think that's what we're going to be looking for here, especially NCSU. Definitely looking for that, trying to find something, some form of crack in this relentless offense from this Asher, from this now. They've just been playing so well together.
Oh, there goes Dave helping out again with the good angle.
Yeah. I mean, Dave angle. I am so down to start calling those Dave angles. So
I think I was under the assumption that it was a whole community effort.
I was not aware of this community effort, but
well, you're a knower now.
I know, and I am going to run with this. This is incredible. I love this.
Yes, the lore implications.
I am so down for this to be lore accurate. His name is Dave. I mean, it's better than one of unfortunate angle.
Rough angle.
It finds that second barrier here, moving towards this first point here. I mean, they're having such a rough time on the defense against this Asher. This Asher's just kind of running straight through.
Yes.
Asher does what Asher does best, and Vice is not particularly well equipped to deal with just how much pressure Asher can put on. Right, she's definitely much better for playing it out and around, but once this SEC is they're doing very well at getting it to Ember here. You know,
yes.
Getting it basically in here, and just trying to play these corners as best as possible, because that's what their comp is really made for, to play those corners versus NCSU trying to play everywhere.
Coming out.
Yeah, they're trying to play this kind of game where the best defense is a good offense, but they're not able to find these pushes into the doo-doo here. They're kind of getting punished for it, because I mean, at the end of the day, it really does come down to, can you keep the ball out of your net? There goes a flip off the board with the KO coming out on the arch.
Now you got to play the stall game.
Now you gotta play the stall, which is very difficult when you've got an Asher who could just win right in your face. I mean, Asher just wins things.
Asher, I will go on the record and say Asher, in my opinion, is probably the most aggressive forward in the game. And that is a bit of a caveat, with the person controlling them too.
I might say Zen gives her a run for her money, just because of just how strong Zen pretty much always has been, pretty much always will be. And once they do something other than change the cooldown from 35 to 40 seconds and 40 seconds to 35 seconds over and over on his special.
Yes. At that point, that's just control Zing a bunch of times.
Yeah, no, it's okay. They're gonna take Purple Form out. He's not gonna be as oppressive, surely.
Surely.
Anyway, moving into this draft here, we see Monumentalist now, first pick. Unfortunate if you're NCSU. That's very scary.
Yeah, yes.
Even after the rework, where her orb is now a light hit, it's still so big.
It is very big. You know, it's actually very interesting when seeing some how big some of these creations can get if the environment is right for it.
Yeah. And I mean, but on the side, to be fair, on the side of NCSU, you see this very nice Firefly pick, you see this very nice Big Fish pick even.
Oh, and we have a KO come through.
There's a KO. Asher just taking a lot of damage here and not quite able to hold up here, even with the now healing. It's just not quite enough. And I think we see that, we see this Vice not afraid to teleport forward now with that Twin Drive, still has that second one. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're just going to see, will you be afraid of this very nice flip coming out.
The NC State does avoid the shutout, getting one up on the board. Sometimes all it can take is one goal.
Yeah, hey, I mean, momentum swings. This is a pendulum. This is the pendulum, right? Unfortunately, losing their second barrier there, just not quite able to find the angle out. But Shiro very low. Sure, might be a now, might have that healing, but I mean, one straight hit from this Vice and bang, there goes the health bar, and there goes this, and is now staggered in the goal box, gets hooked off, dies. It's just too little, too late. Ember in the corner with the ball.
Yes.
And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Ember in the corner with the ball is just a death sentence for this Vice goalie here.
Yes,
just
it is.
Really just taking control of this game.
Ooh, we almost see a double KO off of Dave.
Dave is so good at taking KOs. I mean, this guy might be ZZZ too. There's no 20 KO rune game. That was so silly. Highest damage in the game with like 70k damage almost. It was so dull. Anyway.
Ooh, good out by Vice, by Electric there.
Good out clear, and I mean we see the Dave angle.
Dave angle.
Dave angle. Oh yeah. That's what we're seeing here, and we're seeing some very good ball control by Wumper, but not quite able to find anything. Has the flip now though, sends it in, but there's no one there to take advantage. But Vice teleport again, has the flip, decides not to use it, holds it for defense here. Kind of has to. Unfortunately, the special miscommunicated and didn't quite reach the ball. Wumper thinking, oh, I don't need to reach it, the Vice will, and just doesn't reach it in time. And unfortunately loses the barrier and then loses the goal. As soon as these barriers go down, Asher's just so good at taking advantage of basically how paper thin Vice is as a goalie sometimes.
Yes. Ooh, good strike shot by the Nubu to prevent that barrier.
Barrier goes down all the same though. Very nice. Press the point here from Kazan here. Kazan might have two forms, might have a stronger strike in one of those forms, but not that matters when Shiro's in the corner with a flip. Ember covering the down, Shiro covering the up. I mean, kind of just smashed into that corner. Not a shutout though, very notably.
Yeah.
Like that was a very dominant performance from St. Clair.
It was
definitely showing that they want this. They want this map, but that was their map pick. So
yeah. Do you anticipate any ban changes coming up for match 2? Round 2?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, with Night Market, you definitely don't want to see a Juno flying around, and I think we are gonna see. I think we're gonna see the same bans. I think the Juno is just a little too scary with that extra speed for this team that's already kind of struggling with even the now, right? The now is just so all over the place, and it's just like that sometimes. You know, sometimes you just have a rough game, and I think we're gonna see how NC State decides to bring it back here. You know, try to calm down a little bit after that that rough first game here. I think we're gonna see how they want to play their map pick, how they want to slow this down, slow this train coming towards them down. Can they stop the GTA 5 train type deal?
You can't. Fun fact: you can't stop the GTA train if you simply uninstall the game.
Hey, I mean that does stop the train. The train won't go if the train does not exist.
Uh,
But yeah,
I think for the NC State team, I think couple good deep breaths here. Get a drink of water, recenter yourself, lock in. I think I would love to see a match 3 as always. That's always the most exciting form of Omega Strikers, in my opinion.
absolutely. I mean, that's really is what we're gonna see here. We're gonna see how NCSU navigates their map pick here to try and bring this one back, kind of take a point and show that they might have floundered around that first game on SEC's map pick, where SEC's a little more comfortable, but they're gonna bring that back on that night market that we've seen from them pretty much every time.
Yep.
Right, they're so comfortable with this, and as we get into this game here, we're gonna see how these awakenings decide these bans.
And we are queuing up for game 2, this best of 3. We are going into night, as previously stated, going into night market, which is NC State's map pick.
Absolutely, and we're gonna see how these map picks decided. And perfect form Siege Machine, perfect form, notably very good on Zentaro. You might be seeing a Zentaro ban here. Nope, we're gonna see that Juno locked away again.
Say on my end, it looked like they
almost banned Drek for like half a second. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. Yep.
Well, I
same
actually
ban.
saw the Juno, then it went away, then it went to Drakkar for half a second, then it went back to Juno.
Yep, that was the pre-pick phase, or the. I don't know actually. I don't know what happened there.
Oh well.
But I mean, we see the Juno ban. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And we see the Julie come out from Arch. Arch very comfortable on that Julie. Very comfortable at taking these KOs. We've seen a lot of KOs come from this Arch guy. This Arch guy will kind of sit in the back of your mind for a while. As soon as you forget about him, bang, dash punch.
Yes.
And
Bang,
he's
dash punch.
very good at planning those.
Yeah. Very good at that. We've seen Arch take a number of KOs that way. Also seen Arch use that punch ability to score goals, which is kind of the bread and the butter of the Juliet, right? Very kind of a similar vein to Asher, where if you get it and you can get it in the corner, you can push it through.
Absolutely. But they're also playing this era where they're basically going to be trying to funnel this Juliet. Arch's Juliet, very, very strong from the games that we've seen of it. You know, just kind of really good at coming out of nowhere and surprising everybody. And we're going to see if they can pull something off like that off again. Notably, Ember deciding not to go for that Zentaro, even though the perfect form is up. Deciding to stick with what works. If it works, it works, you know.
If it is,
no reason. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
You understand. You read my mind.
Absolutely. That Asher showing its strength last game, but might not be as strong into this Atlas pick. You know, Atlas pretty good at digging it out of the corner compared to Vice, and I think that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see if this Atlas is better suited for the job here.
Ooh.
And so far, it definitely looks like it. Arch coming flying in for the dash punch, but Shiro, noticing it out of the corner of their eye, decides to turn around and
Arch was out for blood.
Go for the weave. And I mean, hey, when you smell blood as Juliet, you gotta go for it. That is what you are built to do. A very nice Bewitching Beam finds the second barrier here, now pushing on this goal. Almost finds it, but the flip sends it away for now. And I mean, now we're still gonna see Shiro digging this out here with the flip. Very nice dribble, looks for the glitch pop, doesn't quite find it, but the expanse and the projection hold it down. Wumper now going for a scoring attempt with this Bewitching Beam, doesn't quite find it, but Arch has this flip, this very dangerous flip. The very nice strike shot keeps it alive. And now Arch with the
and we have a goalie down.
Bang finds a KO and actually gets Shiro's flip as well out.
That
very
is
nicely timed.
Very important resource burn.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we do see a night market angle. First barrier goes down, but
Yep.
as we know, first barrier not as important. Doesn't open anything, just opens this map up a little bit. And I think the more important thing we're gonna see here is Ember goes down to this dash punch, and I mean the extra power play gives. Even though we didn't see anything, we see Atlas getting more time back on that secondary. You know, that secondary very strong and holding it down forever, and that's what we saw. It almost completely stopped the Asher special there.
Yes.
And,
A big night market angle, going all the way around to claim that second barrier to open up the goal.
absolutely. And CSU bringing this one back, showing that they were not phased by those quick two, but a very nice glitch hop almost finds it. You know, both barriers open now. It's very tough here. Unfortunately, just there were too many abilities in that corner. You really needed expanse there. Unfortunately, no expanse to be found, and ball goes in.
Hey, sometimes you get double teamed. It just shows that you're a threat.
There was so many stuns coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't even expanse that even if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Cyber swipe, the first and second hitbox, the creation of the actual hitbox coming out from that barrier beam as well. Just so many abilities here. I think that's what we saw. Just too much for that Atlas to handle. Although some very nice damage onto Ember here. With that Flame Flurry and Flip as well, almost finding Shiro on the line. I mean, two very low members here on Clair, and there goes one from the Bewitching
Ember.
And almost a second of an orb grabbed keeps Hero in the game here with that flip. Notably wanting to hold that flip after the last one went a little awry. Looks for that dash punch. Once again, Arch going for blood here. Very comfortable on that Julie going for blood. And very nice flip, gets it out. Everything burned, but keeps the goal alive for now. Maelstrom finds the bottom corner, but a very nice glitch pop holds it up, and a very nice strikes. Unfortunately, lead to a burn of Dubu's core flip, but it's not going to matter because they're just holding this. They are holding here. They don't want to let this one go. Ooh. Fortunate angle.
Fortunate night market angle. It happens to the best of us.
It really does happen to the best of us. And I mean, that's what we saw. We just saw an unfortunate angle. St. Clair saying, "Hey, this momentum meant something. You know, just because we slowed down doesn't mean we're done yet." They want to take this one quick too, and they want to see a quick 2-0 and go to bed.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see St. Clair just trying to close this one out as quick as possible, while NC State's trying to hold this up. Trying to keep the ship from sinking here.
Shiro already with a core flip again. Wump with the core flip, uses it.
Has to burn it.
Has to burn it.
Alive. Arch has one too and is actually looking for some damage here, looking to maybe take a KO. Finds the first barrier, looks for the second, but there's just too much there. And a very nice dash punch from Ember finds Wumper here. Asher notably having a dash punch as well. With that extra power, it's a little bit easier to hit, but requires a little bit more timing on the ability.
Oh, good.
There it is. Very nice turret.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm not great with the names of the ultimates, but I know that was
Firewall Sentry.
Yeah, I know that was Amy's ultimate. That was that backup that allowed that to get hit in there.
Absolutely, very nice Firewall Sentry finds the very nice pass here to Asher. Asher kind of just free reign in the goal box.
Yep. Especially when you're down a player.
Absolutely.
Do you see a team player pick coming out from Atlas? Team player, personally, one of my favorite awakenings. I love it, especially when you get into overtime. And you just send that thing just shooting around the ring.
I mean, team player wins games, and I think we're going to see NC State trying to take advantage of that, especially in the overtime when that core starts to blush, There's kind of a little pink.
I've never heard it called the core starts
yeah.
blushing.
I mean, it's
So-
gonna hit so hard.
I mean, sure.
Hey, if we're gonna call the middle thing Dave,
Hey, I feel like Dave is a little bit more respectable.
fair enough. I'll give it to you. But
What?
very nice. Bewitching Beam finds that second barrier here, looking for this goal here, just trying to close it out as quick as possible. And I mean, nice strike,
Sometimes-
almost finds it, and there's the Bewitching Beam.
If I'm not mistaken, did Electric even hit the core, or did they just let that bounce in and out?
I was not paying that close attention. But we saw an
Sorry.
unfortunate 9 market angle from available there, and then as it comes back, tries to hit it away again, gets Bewitching Beam. Just caught out.
And we do see the Atlas ult come out.
Woo!
Woo!
But Arch holding this corner very well. Unfortunately, finally gets it out, and there goes that second barrier. Unfortunately, but I mean, here comes a second barrier of their own. NCSU showing that draft was really good for them, and a very nice
Yes!
flip.
Very
Nice
good.
flip, finds it before the Tofu Fortress can even come out. And that's actually a really good cooldown to have baited out, because now you're not gonna have it for your next point here. Very notably, there's the Path Splitter as well. Mother Creation taken away. Looking to take that last one off the board as well. Arch going for the dash punch, doesn't quite find it. There's the Maelstrom pushing it forward, almost finds the first barrier, taken away by Bellable. Ember moving around, trying to find this angle.
Oh,
Staggered,
Ember's
has
stunned.
it. Staggered, but has that flip just in case.
Ember and Arch both waiting for that speed boost on the middle.
Absolutely. There's that flip, finds the second barrier. Ember's still staggered, almost gets dash punched, almost gets Bewitching Beamed, still staying alive for now. Just trying to keep himself alive here more than anything. I mean, sometimes it's just tough staying alive here.
Yes.
That's all we need to do is just stay alive and find that value.
Really
And here comes the
Amy.
overtime. Team player's
Yes.
gonna start winning some games. There's the second barrier coming down. And almost a very nice Bewitching Beam, but a very nice roll holds it alive and keeps the set alive here. Flip comes out, sends it top side, nobody's there. Goes all the way around the world and comes back.
And then all of that blushing for a slow roller to make the goal.
Yep, sometimes it's the slow one that gets you. And that's just what we saw. That core was a little too flustered and ended up in the goal.
Yep. Good barrier from Atlas.
Very nice expanse here.
Creation
Playing
comes
preventative.
out.
Playing preventative here. And, I mean, there's the astral projection is what it's called. But doesn't quite find anything. Now there it is with the flip and the firewall sentry. There was just too much in there, especially the path splitter too. There was just too much in there to deal with. You needed something. Cosmic Expanse just doesn't come up soon enough. You know, I could not tell you Julie's ability names. If you asked me, I would call them Dash Punch. I know pretty much all the rest of them, but there's Dash Punch. And an unfortunate glitch pop finds the second barrier as well. On that power play, Arch looking for this flip, doesn't even use it. Good patience, unfortunately, uses it at the wrong time. Even with that good patience, still gets punished for it. Still doesn't quite have it, but has that dash punch, looks for it. Tofu Fortress comes out, holds this alive though. Elbow holding this down very well. And Ember doing all he can to find the second set here, close this out, put us to what could be the last set of this game, but a dash punch comes out and log is not enough.
Those when I play, I am by no means the level of talent that we see here in the CCL. But being at a 2-2 set, going into overtime is the scariest thing for me.
It's
As a goal.
yeah, no, the nerves absolutely are there. But we see the log, it's just not quite enough. Unfortunately, gets dash punched through the log and just doesn't get to have fun. And we see IME taking this extra special, trying to have more turrets here, and I think that's what we're going to see if that changes the game here. Egoist as well coming up onto Dubu. I mean, a very good draft. Even though they lost the set, SCC very happy with that draft. Got a lot of good things there. Right. Had 2 of their players after the MVP. And, you know, just really got priority over that pretty strong draft. But we're going to see a very nice sword angle. Unfortunately dies, but the core is still alive. This core is still alive here. Goes for the dash punch, doesn't quite find the KO. Wumper holding it down as this era though. With that Maelstrom as well, and they're holding it. And there it goes. And I mean, this guy, they hold it down. He dies, but it doesn't matter. The Atlas is back, and now the second barrier goes, and dash punch almost comes out. Expanse comes out, holds it alive in that corner against the Asher. Unfortunately, tries to go down, gets caught by the creation. What a point. I mean, I have the same reaction, almost speechless. I mean, the saves coming out from both Wumper and Lex here, they are definitely doing a lot better at holding against this Asher. They have adapted, and they are hungry for this point. Looking to clutch this one up here. And Arch, very patient on those strikes, calls out the cyber swipe and gets it right. Very nice expanse, finds that first barrier here. Pushing into the second one. Dash comes out, doesn't find it though. Very nice to the fortress, keeps it forward for now. That one comes out trying to find something. Doesn't quite find anything though. Shiro now taking a lot of damage. It doesn't matter, Ember's in the corner with a flip. I mean, nasty, nasty plays. I mean, that draft was so strong for SCC. Right, getting that Egoist, getting that extra special, it's so good. Especially those extra firewall sentries killing them. Right, and we're seeing Shiro able to hold these flips for longer with those extra firewall sentries, able to make the plays instead. I think that's just what we're going to see. We see that extra special kind of changing this game here. Wumper taking very good strike orders here, trying to bait Shiro onto this edge for this dash punch, but unfortunately nothing quite found. Flame Flurry comes out though and puts Ember in critical condition here. They're playing this as slow as they can, and a very nice flip stops the path splitter from finding any value. Dash punch comes out. Struck away here. Roll comes out. First barrier goes down on the side of SCC. I mean, the holds here, both teams holding it down incredibly now. Moving into overtime here, we're going to start seeing that court turn a little red. It's going to go a little slow because team player does in fact win games, and I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see, can team player win the game here before something else does? So far, it's looking like it. Flip comes out. Nervous about that Asher dash, but I mean the hold here. This is a crazy hold, and unfortunately Flip goes wide, but ball eventually finds Asher in the net, alone in the net. Finds it. Very nicely positioned there. Moving into this draft here, Twin Drive going Asher's way. I mean, you're definitely happy to see that. Spark denied away, but, or actually that might be a second Spark. Yeah, that is a second Spark. That is Focus Agil over to Lex here with that Atlas. I'm seeing a few other picks. Fight or Flight going to Shiro here. Definitely very nice pick. I'm really very happy to see that. You know, those extra secondaries, but also the extra slick kick speed. I mean, speed is king in this game, but that doesn't matter. Both barriers go down now. NC State looking to pull this one back here. Looking to keep it alive here and put themselves into postseason. But I mean, SEC looking to put themselves into playoffs. They don't want to play in play-ins, they want to play in playoffs. But NC State looking to put themselves into this position where they are in postseason.
Can you by chance hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, I'm very sorry about that.
All good. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Yes. Every now and again, my mic just likes to do that.
Hey, it's good to have you back. And
Well, thanks. It's good to be back.
a very good flip and a very nice bewitching beam. Fine.
Bewitching Beam and Team Player winning that point for the Wolfpack.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you just find that very nice angle with that bewitching beam and it goes in. Very nice strike force. The Arch finds that first barrier, looks for the second, doesn't find anything.
Expanse coming out.
Doesn't quite find anything. Ember flip in front of the barrier, finds it. Goes to the Flame Flurry, not quite in time. Doesn't quite get it.
Oh, barely down.
Finds the goalie, and I mean, it all falls apart there. Bumper, no time to get back.
No, this feels very much like two boxers just trading haymakers right now.
Absolutely. Which one will fold first? Right now, NCSU on what could be the last set here. Could be if they lose this one, they're gonna have a hard time, right? They're gonna have to play what is it? The frogs. But
The frogs?
I mean, the frogs or the frauds?
I mean, depends on who you ask,
I
right?
think it's I think it's the frogs. I'm pretty sure the frogs is who they're tied.
I feel like I've heard this bit before.
From me, yeah. You've heard
Yeah,
this
100%. I've listened to you cast other games and say this, but
They're the same team, right?
yeah, it's totally.
No. They already played each other. But we're seeing, unfortunately,
Arch
these
going
bad punches-
down.
Yeah, Arch going down. These bad punches getting traded around here. But Wumper holding it down in this midfield. Just keeping it away from Ember, trying to play this game where they don't let Ember really have any opportunity to win the game in the goal box. Kind of trying to force Ember to come back for the pass.
Say
Arch
very
now
good,
back up.
very good hold there.
First barrier finally goes down in overtime here. I mean, these barriers are flying. Now that the ball is flying, the barriers are too. And there's a flip putting us onto match point here.
Yes,
This is game, set, and match point here.
it certainly is. I do believe that we had some information wrong. Despite, even if NC State loses tonight, they still could make play-ins. Obviously, winning would make making play-ins easier.
Yes. They definitely still can. It's just, if they win this one, they are guaranteed play-ins. Versus they have to win that postponed match
Yes.
to get into play-ins if they lose here. And definitely feeling that pressure here, wanting to make it to this postseason as soon as possible to kind of guarantee it. Right. Especially with, well, what was K-Pot's thing? The transitive property or whatever, where, it was, frogs beat frauds, and frauds beat NCSU. Therefore frogs or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to do math. I'm not good at math. I'm a business person, all right.
Hey, so am I. Which,
I'm a-
you would think we'd want to be good at math.
No,
But-
no. I don't want to be good at math. Very nice angle though. Arch saying, hey, I'm good at math. I can do angles.
Also, that postponed match, as far as we're aware, is actually there won't be a repeat for that, because I believe both teams just took a draw on that. So with that, another one of those things that could muddy up the brackets a little bit more.
I mean,
but that's for smarter people than I to figure out.
Absolutely, that's for smart people to figure out. I'm here to yap, all right.
Exactly.
Yap, I will, as they take this first barrier, looking for the second one, looking to pull themselves off game set match point here, looking to pull off this set here, try to bring us to set 5 and maybe even take this game here. But an unfortunate dash punch found from Asher here. Bang, 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 and there's a dash punch from Asher now taking a dash punch, and I mean, now it's even. Wumper coming back for this power play here. This 3-second power play might be able to find something. Unfortunately, nothing found. Instead, choosing to stall it out here, using the return to form. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Arch opting to take the barrier with the core flip.
Use the flip for the barrier here. Play this one out in overtime. Notice they have team player.
Ooh, good core flip by Dubu.
Absolutely good core flip by Dubu. Nice play before you take it.
We're going to a set 5. Let's go.
The set 5 we go. Absolutely. I mean, NCSU saying, "Hey, we're not done yet. Hold on.
This is
wait a minute."
This is where I think NC State really shines back against the wall. They're that team that they make the plays happen. They make those plays happen when they need them. I love to see it.
Hey, I mean, look, this is where heroes are made,
yes.
Right? They are forged in fire, and that's what we're gonna see. Can they make this happen with the Big Fish Julie? It might be happening here, but 2 Creation Awakenings falling to both this Dubu and this Aimi will make it difficult. These Firewall Sentries, especially with the extra special, have been so tough.
The Dubu pellets taking up the entire half of the map is always funny to see.
But the catalyst onto this Atlas here, this 2-Spark Atlas, could take over the game too. There's so many strong builds here, and it's really just going to be which one takes over. And so far, it's looking like St. Clair take this one.
No, they'll take the point.
But will they take the set?
That is the better question.
Because if they don't take this set, they are reset to having to win. Or resets here to win this, right? Make that playoffs.
Everybody knows that getting to a point like this, where you're 2 sets to 2 sets, you're two goals to 2 goals each. Especially if you have to play another one after that, that can be just so mentally draining.
Absolutely, it's really going to come down to can NC State hold on despite the pressure. Liv comes out. Unfortunately, just too much pressure onto this Atlas, but a good Cosmic Expanse, but that's away the flip. St. Clair now pushing in. Oh. Here comes the Asher. Choo choo, here comes the Asher train.
Match point.
Absolutely. But they've been on this line before. NCSU very, very comfortable on this line even. And first barrier goes down. Maelstrom goes for a second one. Doesn't quite find it. The Flaming Flurry. Fishbuff comes out. Doesn't find anything. Flip comes out. Flip comes out. Flip's traded around here. But the special now looking to threaten that second barrier. Second barrier threatened. But barriers down on all barriers down. This could be it. Ember now alone with the ball in the
and that is the most dangerous thing that could have happened.
Hey, Ember finds the ball and there it goes. Very close second game. Very
close second game.
I mean, cinema.
Cinema as always.
I mean, absolutely massive. Absolutely, yeah, massive fight put up here, trying to take this game. Arch knocking down 7 KOs. Ember returning in kind with 5 of their own. I mean,
Bailable and Arch having 249 redirects.
Yeah, that's the redirect number that I'm looking at right now. Not Shiro with 346.
Oh, I didn't listen. I saw two like numbers, and it was
cooked.
yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is a slightly bigger number on the screen, so I'm looking at that one. That 3 there kind of, I mean,
Well,
holy.
but if you add the two I pointed out together, it's bigger than that number.
That's true.
So
I can't argue with that. 2 number bigger than 1. I mean, I can't
oh,
argue with that. I can't argue with that. That's true. That's true. I mean, holy moly with that. That was absolutely, absolutely insane game. Very close, even to set 5, where that set 5 was a 3-0, but that was a very close set 5 even. And I think we saw that.
that set 5 easily could have gone either way.
Absolutely.
Those a lot when you get that deep into the game, you know,
Mhm.
builds are full. You know, you got cooldowns reduced by ridiculous
Everything.
amounts. There's just abilities flying. You can't keep track of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Just, I mean, again, wonderful to see these two teams come out here and compete. Just
Absolutely.
overall great time.
I mean, that's just so tough, you know. Sometimes you just find just a rough game, and that's what kind of happened. Um, I totally forgot what I was about to say, but I mean, hey, SEC, they clinched playoffs. They're back in it, looking to repeat their performance, maybe even go a little further this time. But
Yep.
NCSU now looking to play-ins.
Yep.
You know,
They,
for salvation here.
yeah. Do they have to win out, or are they win and in play in?
I'm not sure.
A question for people smarter than I. Again, I think
Yeah, absolutely.
at least. Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
guess we'll see.
Cyber. Yeah, we will see. Cyber, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. I mean,
Oh.
it's been fun, but we're gonna send you off to the next game. That is OSU versus I forget U Tulsa. Right.
Tulsa. Yep.
Well,
Well, everyone, from Wayward Soul, it's been a pleasure. Have fun, stay safe, and keep striking.
absolutely.